Good evening, everybody. Welcome back. I got some mail today. Let's see what we got. So you can witness the unboxing, the opening, and everything in between. Now I believe... So I've bought this secondhand. I don't know what the packaging is. You've just seen me cut it open. I know what it is I've purchased. And I have purchased it secondhand. So we're all wrapped up, as you can see. Gonna have to do a bit of an unwrap. Try and keep this relatively short. Gonna put a build in it and see how it goes. See how it. Oh, very nice. Nice and shiny. It's even been cleaned up for me. How's that? Love it. I love it when I get things and they're all nice and clean. Being a little bit of a clean freak myself with my equipment, it's always good to receive something that's nice and clean. So, what have we got? We have two pieces, as you probably noticed by unpacking it all. We have bottom half of a Kennedy roundhouse stack with RDA. Nice and clean. Look at that. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful and clean. I don't have a drip tip on that, but that's alright. I have a Kennedy drip tip that I can put on that for use. That is beautiful. Look at that. And we should still have that nice Kennedy. O-rings are a little bit dry, but should have that nice Kennedy click once we get a little bit of moisture onto that. But that's alright. Oh, beautiful. Threads, nice. A little bit squeaky, but that's alright. They're nice and clean. Wonderful. Let's have a look at the switch. So it's a standard switch. It's not the constant contact. That's alright. So that would be a 3-post position switch. Sorry, two position switch. There's your contact, your spring, and fairly simple, nice and easy. Slides in, goes in. And on your star pattern there, give that a bit of a twist to select what sort of throw you want on your switch. So one's going to be slightly longer, a slightly longer throw than the other one. That's not a problem. Let's just stick it on that one and go from there. Nice and simple. Nice and flat, nice and easy. Before the dragon switch, I do like that. those that otherwise know the Kennedy will have the dragon switch. That's the 25, the Vindicator, and that'll be the drip tip that I'll be using on this. So let's make a build in it, shall we? Let's see if I can get the RDA off first. There we go. RDA is off. All nice and shiny. There's a little bit of polish residue there, just on the Kennedy. A little bit on the bottom of the RDA as well, but that's all right. That should just wipe out. Nice and easily. For the most part of it, there we go. So what are we? Roundhouse 2, 25. Whether that'll focus on that. Roundhouse 2, 25, number 289. Very nice. Kennedy 25, 7390. A little bit of polish on the back side of that too. We'll give that a bit of a quick wipe. Now, of course, this is a mechanical device, not regulated by anything. So, what we want to do with that is, of course, we want to build on a regulated device. My regulated device of choice being the drag, of course. I haven't had an issue with the chipset in any of my drags. I've got 2 of these, both quite accurate, and I use them to build on quite regularly for my mechanical devices. So I'll put that in there. Now, I should have thought of this beforehand. I have a Kennedy Allen key, which came with my previous Kennedy, my Vindicator, and I'm assuming that this will be the same size, which it is. Beautiful, look at that. Not a problem. So, I'll just put that one back in there for now. What coils am I going to be using? I'm going to be using a pair of Tyrone Edwards Series Aliens to go in this. Here we are, nice set of a pair of them. They should go in quite nicely, I reckon. Might have to chop some legs off them, but that's all right. Now, if anybody hasn't built on a Kennedy before, they can be a little bit tricky because we've only got 2 posts. Coil on both sides, obviously, it's a dual coil atomizer. Easiest way I've found to build on these coils are going to be a little bit easier to build on actually, but most coils that I would be installing, usually your coils are crossover, you know, one's higher than the other. That's fine. So your opposite coil goes the other way. So as you install them, you're sliding them, you know, on top of each other. But Tyrone's bent these down so both legs are on the same side of the coil, which makes it a little bit easier to install. So thank you for that, mate. And I want to chop them about there. Chop that one there. That one there. put those little offcuts into the bin there so we don't go stepping on them later on. Because nobody wants to do that, trust me. I'll put that one in there and I want to chop him off about there. And cut the other leg to the same size. And there we go. 2 series aliens. Done. So, let's see how these stack up in here. So I think I'll still find the best way to do these is obviously your legs on top of each other are going to be your best bet. Well, it's the only way to do it really, because you haven't got any other choice. Where did that Allen key go? There. I have to open that post up a little bit. What am I doing? Tweezers. Can be a little bit fiddly, so sometimes tweezers can be handy to just help guide those legs into place. Tighten them down. Might actually pull that one out just a touch. So the 2-post decks can be a little bit tricky to build on. That's not a lie. But once you get the hang of it, it's sort of, don't know, like anything. Once you've done it once, next time becomes easier. I'll get them down nice and tight. Alright, now these are obviously a 4mm coil, so I'm going to need a bigger coiling rod to straighten them out. Again, should have thought of this before I started, but that's alright. We will get there in the end. Anyway, we're already over halfway there. Alright, 4mm coil rod. No. Alright, so they're 3.5mm coils. Not 4. That's a better fit. There we go. Straighten them out in there. Nice. And there we have it. Nice set of fresh, brand new coils and a Kennedy. Get that to focus. Look at that. All nice and pretty. Beautiful. We want them just sitting over the top of the airflow there like so, as you can see. Alright, now what have they ohmed in at? 0.21, nice and cold. So let's get a little bit of heat into these. Start them low and slow. I've got one heating up. The other one doesn't seem to be doing a whole lot. Why is that? We've got a leg there and a leg there. Why aren't you heating up? Ah, there it goes. Just need a little bit of persuasion. Give them a quick squeeze together. Get a couple of hot spots out. Give them a tweezer. Got a pluck there. Get a pluck there. Starting to get some nice blues and golds coming through those coils. Look at that. Looking good. Starting to heat up nicely. Couple of small little hot spots there. I'm just covering it because I've got this bright light over the top of me here, and I just want to make sure that I can see all the hot spots. And there we go. So, heating up nice and evenly. Look at that. Beautiful. Let that cool down for a quick second. Now what I'm going to be comparing the hit on this to is going to be my other series stack, the Keen, the Nightmare on top. Also running a pair of Tyrone's coils. Alright, so with the drag, you have to take the atomizer off to check the resistance on the coils after heating. 0.3 on the dot. Beautiful. Alright, let's get some cotton into these. I will be using some KGB, which is what I also run in the Keen as well. I don't normally use KGB in my RTAs. I use Muji. I've found that the KGB in this series works quite well. Some strange reason I don't like it in my RTAs. I think it gives off a real cottony taste, and takes too long to get rid of that cotton taste. But again, it's personal preference, and that's my personal preference. Where in the RTA, in the series, I don't get that taste. Probably a bit strange, but you know, that's me. So I'm just thinning out some of this cotton so I can get this in here nice. Alright, let's get this in nicely. I normally use 3mm coils instead of 3.5, so I may have, no, I was thinking I might have not quite enough cotton to fulfill the coil, but no, it fits in there quite nicely. So that's one coil done. Two coil done. And that one might be a little bit loose, I think. No, they're about the same. That's alright. So where I've just pinched those ends, we'll just cut those rolled bits off there. Cut them off. Put those little dicks in the bin. Open them up a little bit, give them a little bit of a fluff. Pull them through, give it a little bit of a fluff. Tuck that in there. I might have to trim that end off, but I'll get this side in there. Alright. Sorry you can't quite see what I'm doing, as I've yet to fix my tripod. So I'm sort of rigged up a little bit of a stand, but hey, it works. It works and it does what it's supposed to do. And there we have it. Nice. Freshly wicked. Alright. I will be using... We're going to use the same juice? We'll use the same juice. Use the same juice on both atomizers, which we have some DIY mixed berry smoothie. We get some juice into that juice well there. Get some of these wicks nice and juicy. You might have to excuse that little bit of background noise. The wife seems to have not shut the door behind her. That's alright. Get these nice and juicy. Damn, that smells good. Nice and creamy. Alright. Get a little bit of heat into them. Preheat some of these. Small little preheat at 50 watts. Just to slowly bed in this cotton. Come up to 70. Come up to 90. Oh, listen to that crackle. Nice. Alright. Have a quick toot on this one. Alright, so I better get that drip tip off that one before I forget about it. Otherwise that'll be interesting. Drip tip fits. Beautiful. Now we'll be using some 30Ts in this. Some Samsung 30Ts that have been rewrapped, but they are 30Ts. Oh, hang on a minute. 30Ts do not fit. Oh no. This might be a $18,650. I thought it was a $21,700. My mistake. All right. Let's stack. So, in that case, I will be using 20S's. Put atomizer on. Switch is a little bit sticky. It's just the selector on it. Sometimes they are known to rotate when pushed. Sometimes, there we go. And I'm thinking I might actually need to run a spacer in this, because I'm going to have to use a spacer, which unfortunately the spacer I use is in this. Alright, so we're back again with the 21 roundhouse. As you've probably noticed already, there's been a little bit of editing due to the fact of the whole spacer issue. I have since found a new spacer and we're all good to go. I've just put a new set of wicks in, as I have been using this over the last week or so, given it a bit of a test run. So nice set of fresh wicks, haven't even been juiced up yet, and we still have that nice Kennedy click. That's what we're all looking for. Beautiful. Alright, so let's get some batteries into this thing. Some 18650s, some 20S's, and let's see how this bad boy hits. So I've got a nice little spacer here now at the minute, which is good because that works. Alright. Come on, line up. There we go. Threads are still nice and clean and goes together seamlessly. Look at that. Beautiful. So let's drip some of my own DIY banana custard donut. One of my good successes. Like any DIY, we have our successes, we have our fails. This has been one of my successes. So let's get these all nice and juicy and take the Kennedy for a run. So it is a bit of a heavy hitter. It definitely keeps up with the likes of the Keen stack that I also use. Look at that. Same coils, same build as what was in it originally. Alright. Let's give her a toot. Good old Kennedy snap. Beautiful. Flavour off the Kennedy RDA. It stands alone by itself. It really does. It's got its own unique flavour to any other RDA that I've used. A lot of people have said that they can taste the copper, they can taste the brass, they can taste the difference between the stainless and the copper and that. I don't pick that up. I personally don't notice the change in flavour, but the flavour is awesome. Can be a little bit loud. Obviously, it's a Kennedy, it's a non-adjustable airflow. It is what it is. The only way you can really adjust the airflow is the height of your coils, how much cotton you stuff up in there and all that sort of crap. But for the Kennedy roundhouse, she's a killer. Great piece of equipment. Great mod. Awesome mech. And I will definitely be using this a lot more over the coming times. For an 18650, it hits hard. It really does. Definitely up there with the Keen, with quality of hit. It's a real pack, real smack in the face flavour, smack in the face vapor production. It's, what can I say? I love it. I honestly do. The vapor production off this thing is unbelievable. It is awesome. All round, a wonderful mech to use. Definitely stands up there again, like I said, series wise with the Keen, but also with the Vindicator. Much the same. It's identical. Same build deck, same RDA, slightly different tube. 21700, 18650. It's an awesome piece of gear. That's pretty much it. So guys, with all that, enjoy. Stay safe. Keep it cloudy.